Lorraine and I grew up in the church, and we, when we got married, we were, like usual, we were the busy young couple who, I was on a career path, and we started out in Dallas when I was in my training and surgery training. We had 2 of our 3 children there. And then when we moved to Corpus Christi and had our 3rd child, obviously she was very involved with raising the kids, and I was involved in developing my practice. I really put music on the back burner, if any burner at all. I just didn't pay any attention to it. And it wasn't until I came to a point in my life where my career and the other things that I was doing just wasn't satisfying me. So being prompted, I went on my walk to Emmaus back in 1995, and it was one of the revelations I had there was that God had given me a gift that I really wasn't using to His glory in any way, shape, or form. When you go back to what do you listen to and what do you like to play, jazz was always my number one, even though I like a lot of different types of music. I started finding out that there were actually jazz worship services, exploring online and other places, and I thought that would be a unique and fun way to express, another form of worship. And then you and I came together and we started talking about it, and we thought that it would be another good offering for our church to explore. So, as you know, it took several months for us to germinate the idea and actually recruit some people and see if it was going to be a workable deal. And that's how we got started in the chapel, and became I think, a very fun and I think reverent form of worship using a different style of music.
A couple years ago, Chuck came to me, and I had just become a licensed local pastor, and he said, I've got an idea. He said, I would love to have a jazz service in the chapel. And he said, I'd like to see if you could preach and we could do this together. And to me, it was a great opportunity. I wanted to have the opportunity to preach on my own, and the chapel was an intimate setting, and I knew that Chuck's music would be fantastic, and so I said, sure, let's try to do it. It was challenging to get it off the ground. It took us about 6 months, like anything new in a big church, of trying to get it going, but we finally got it going, and we were hoping the first Sunday we did it, we were hoping that it would have more than 25 people in there, and we had 50 on the first service, and we were so excited. We just couldn't believe that 50 people showed up at 8:30 in the morning to worship in the chapel, and it's grown since then. We had 275 our last time, so we were excited about it. Chuck and I went to high school together. Chuck was about 4 years older than I was, and when I was growing up, Chuck was my idol. He was an all-district football player. He played the piano. He was handsome. I wanted to be Chuck. And as we grew older, and I came back to Corpus Christi, he came back to Corpus Christi, we raised our families. I have just enjoyed seeing Chuck blossom with his music and starting to use it for the church and do the jazz service, and I've just really felt the joy that he's brought to our congregation. And we're all going to miss Chuck, and we're going to miss Lorraine. They're just wonderful people. But I think they've started something that I think will continue in this church. I think that the joy that has been brought to worship through Chuck has been something that we can continue in this church, and I really look forward to seeing what the future holds.